Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Spy Stream. I didn't know I was doing Spy Stream until like 4 hours ago, but we have got quite a Spy Stream in store for us tonight. I am really excited about what we're doing here, and what we're going to be watching is a live webinar put on by the Vermont Commission of Human Rights. I have spies everywhere. I have spies absolutely everywhere. And one of those spies today sent me the few tweets from the Vermont Human Rights Commission saying things like, "We will not be recording today's session. Don't miss it. Learn from youth and adults from outright Vermont about the state of LGBTQ inclusion in the Vermont in the Vermont schools. Show up for freer, more liberated schools for LGBTQ and all youth." They've got this one too tonight at 6 p.m. Come learn with youth and adults from outright Vermont about the state of LGBTQ inclusion in Vermont schools, the moves youth are making, and what you can do to show up for a freer, more liberated schools for LGBTQ and all youth. And, well, wouldn't you know it? They aren't recording the webinar. They're publicly saying on Twitter that they're not recording the webinar. But I happen to have several Zoom links for this webinar. So Vermont Human Rights Commission, just in case you're watching and you've sussed out, and to be fair, guys, like I flat out tweeted tonight that I retweeted them and I said we were doing Spy Stream on their webinar. So there is a not insignificant chance that the Vermont Human Rights Commission susses out that we're live streaming their webinar tonight. Not insignificant at all, because I blatantly told them. But the thing of it is I have several Zoom links to this webinar because I have multiple SOC accounts that I sign up for this shit under. And in addition, just in case the Vermont Human Rights Commission figures out every single one of my fake names and my fake email addresses, I had other people sign up for it too. So far as I'm concerned, the Vermont Human Rights Commission has one of two choices tonight. Number one, they can cancel their webinar, where they're trying to have a secret, unrecorded webinar about what they are doing with LGBTQ youth in the schools. Because I wouldn't be as interested in this if it wasn't for the fact that it's about the schools. If they just want to have a super secret webinar to talk about, like, youth, gay youth stuff in general, fine, whatever. They're talking about the public schools. I happen to believe that we should not be having secret undercover webinars that are not recorded about what is going on in schools when it comes to children. So they can either postpone their little event if they know we're streaming, or they can just suck it up and do their webinar and we get to see what they're saying. Now, why is this important to me, other than the fact that it's in the schools? Well, I'm fairly certain that this is a response to our work in the Unwoke Army when we exposed the most woke school district in America, which is Burlington, Vermont, in our expose a week and a half ago. And the reason that I'm pretty sure that this is a response to that is that they have been tweeting. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. The Vermont Human Rights Commission has been tweeting in support of the Burlington, Vermont schools, which is the school district that we exposed. They said the Vermont Human Rights Commission stands with Burlington, Vermont schools for the amazing work of supporting students and families in the LGBTQIA+ community. We stand with you on this path. We hope all districts uphold their students the way you are doing. Walk the walk here. We are supporting you. So you know how we showed that principals and guidance counselors and all this other stuff were blatantly grooming middle school students live on the internet from the Burlington public school system? The Vermont Human Rights Commission thinks that that's A-okay. In fact, they're not the only ones. If you guys didn't hear my update on F'd Up News, the mayor of Burlington, Vermont also thinks that this is okay. This is the mayor of Burlington tweeting in support of what the Burlington public schools are doing. So, you know what? They called me in this statement. They said a blog was covering this. Well, we're just a silly little blog. They don't really need to be scared of a silly little blog. They should be able to talk about what they're doing out in the open without fearing that a silly little blogger like me would be able to expose what they're doing to the masses. Like, wouldn't that make sense? So we're going to be watching this webinar tonight with an extra eye on attention for what they're doing. They were also retweeting Here's someone, she, her pronouns, of course, thanking the superintendent of the Burlington Public Schools for standing firm on your commitment to families and to LGBTQ plus students. And so, I just want to see what they're saying. I just want to see what the Vermont Human Rights Commission is saying in this webinar tonight, where they're saying, we will not be recording this session. Isn't it convenient that they just started marketing this webinar today? So far as I can tell. Today, telling people it's not going to be recorded, you better get in on it. Well, we're going to have a little record of it. As a reminder, guys, I do stream on multiple platforms. I stream on YouTube, I stream on Odyssey, I stream on Rockfin, I stream on Rumble, I even stream on Getter. And I will have a saved copy of this recording in my streaming software as well. So just in case YouTube pulls the stream for any reason because the Vermont Human Rights Commission is upset, we will have multiple backups of this recording. Now, let me show you specifically the description of their webinar because, here it is. Here is what they asked people to sign up for, which we all did. This is the second Civil Rights Conference, LGBTQ Inclusion in Vermont Schools. Come learn with youth and adults from Outright Vermont about the state of LGBTQ inclusion in schools, the moves youth are making, and what we can do to show up for a freer, more liberated schools for LGBTQ and all youth. That is what we are watching tonight. Please mount that like button if you are excited for this. And please make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not already. We also should have a spy stream in theory coming up tomorrow as well. I will not post that until I'm 100% certain I have the Zoom link. But in theory, we will be doing a different spy stream, not on this topic, but tomorrow on the channel as well. So you're going to want to make sure to sign up for that. Now, just a few housekeeping elements before we start to dig right in. Number one, I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go over the process for Spy Stream real quick. I just made a nice little helpful infographic. So a couple things, if you've never been to Spy Stream before, that you need to know about Spy Stream, because it's a little bit different. It's different than Happy Hour. It's different from other types of streams that we do. Number one, we are watching a live training. We have no idea what they're going to say or do. Okay, this is not something you can prepare for. We are watching it live. It is literally happening live. We are streaming their training live on the internet. So I can't be held responsible for anything these people say. I'm certainly not responsible for anything these people do. My goal with Spy Stream is not to be disruptive. We do not disrupt their webinars in any way. We are perfectly civil when we log in. We don't do anything in the chat or anything like that. And I want to encourage everyone not to do that because I just want to expose what they are saying. I want people to see for themselves what these people say when they think that no one is watching. Incognito says, why hide it if you're so proud of it? I think that is a great question, Incognito. Why are we having secret, undercover, not recorded webinars with children about what is going on in the schools? That is exactly the purpose of Spy Stream. Number two, I will not do commentary over the training. Okay. So what I will do though is I will chat in my comments just like this. And this only works for YouTube, by the way. If you're watching on another platform, I can only integrate the chat with YouTube. I will chat in any comments I have and I will display them on the stream exactly like that. So you can kind of see my thoughts, but we're not going to disrupt what they're saying because we want to make sure we can hear what they're saying. And I'll do a little bit of a debrief afterwards. Also, if you send in a super chat, all super chats, of course, support the channel and support the work I'm doing. And I'm very grateful for it. I can't read them live, though, when you send them in. So what I will do is I will display all super chats on the screen so that everyone has a chance to read it. But again, we do want to allow the training to unfold in front of us so that we can see what they're saying. In addition, if you chat in a comment on YouTube only that is a really good, thoughtful comment that I think is important to the discussion, I may, at my discretion, display those on the screen as well. It just really depends, but I will 100% display all super chats on the screen because you guys are supporting the channel and that's why you do it. And I want to do it as my little bit of a thank you. All right. Other ways that you guys can support the work that I am doing here today. Let me just bring up back to my other browser. You can, of course, become a member of my locals community. My locals community is where the Unwoke Army was born. They are the people that are doing the work to fight back. They're doing the emotional labor for you so that you don't have to. And you can come and join us and support the work I'm doing. And my community is just like the best community on all of locals. I maintain that position. There is no better close knit community on locals than my community. I will stack my community against every other community on that platform. They are the best. You can join us and get exclusive perks at kb.locals.com/support. You can join us for $5 a month. You can join us for $50 a year, which gives you 2 months for free. You can also get a one-time gift if you would like to do that. All of that is appreciated. And guys, when you become a supporter in my locals community, you get access to all sorts of perks and benefits, like the 2 Zoom calls that we do every single week. We actually just did a Zoom call earlier today. We were on Zoom together for about 3 hours, just talking about what's going on, helping each other, supporting each other. Is a great little chat. We also do them on Mondays. We have an Astrology 101 class coming up in locals. My friend and co-host on Nothing Remotely Controversial, Joshua McGuire, Joshua the Psychic, is going to be coming into my locals to do a private Astrology 101 class if you want something a little bit more fun and mystical. We are doing book club. We're reading Conversations with God right now. We're going to discuss that on April 30th. So lots going on in my locals, lots that you can get access to when you become a supporter as my official thank you. Grim Metal says thanks a bunch. Thank you, Grim Metals, for the super chat. Now, the other thing you can do to support my work is by pre-ordering a copy of my book, Actively Unwoke, the ultimate guide for fighting back against woke insanity in your life. Listen, when the Unwoke Army broke this news about the Burlington schools and what they're doing, and that guidance counselor and the principals that are literally coaxing children 12 years old on the internet to talk about how they came out in the 5th grade with the help of their guidance counselor, that is all implementing the strategies that I wrote about in my book. It is coming out on May 10th. There is a link to pre-order in the description. There is a link to pre-order at the top of the chat on YouTube. You can pre-order the hardcover, the audiobook, or the Kindle version. This is a highly practical guidebook for fighting back against the woke. I decode the woke for you in plain English. I show you how it shows up practically in the real world. I give you lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of case studies for real people just like you who have spoken up and fought back. I give you actionable strategies, things everyone can do in their own communities, in their own worlds. Excuse me. I give you a chapter on what to do if you're canceled. I give you a chapter on what to do to take care of your stress and self-care and that sort of thing. What I'm really trying to do with Actively Unwoke is I am trying to make fighting back against the woke fun, because it's a heavy topic and it's hard and it's stressful. And I really think that the only way that we are going to maintain this fight for the length of time that we need to maintain this fight is if we have fun doing it. That's why I'm building a community of people to do it, so that we can help each other, support each other, keep each other in positive spirits, even when things seem down, even when we're having to look at crazy, crazy content. And believe me, guys, the content that we had to look at to do this article is crazy. It is crazy. And it's depressing to watch. And so we have to make it feel good to fight back. So if you want to get in on that, pre-order my book. There will be autographed copies available soon to pre-order. And that will all be coming up. And I've just lost my streaming screen, which I'm going to find here because I have way too many windows open on my desktop right now. But all pre-orders matter. And the more you guys pre-order, the more bookstores will stock it next month when it gets released to the masses. And then we can have the real fun and the real work begins. All right. The last thing I want to do before we get started is I want to pour myself a beer. Now, this isn't a happy hour. We do happy hours on my second channel, Actively Unwoke, on Fridays at 5 p.m. So we will be doing a happy hour this week. And usually I have a couple beers. We kick back. Actually, the Burlington schools started as a happy hour. We watched it for happy hour, and then we were so pissed off that we did something with it. But I asked Victor to go get me some beers earlier, and he did. Victor brought me back like 6 beers. He must want to get me drunk tonight or something. So I have a whole plethora, variety of beer available. I have a strawberry chocolate beer. Victor actually likes that one more than I do. I have this beer, a milk stout with coffee. The whoopie pie beer is back, and also a peanut butter stout beer right over there. I also got let me see, and Victor picked these out, so if they suck, it's his fault. He got me a Java Mocha Chip Imperial Oatmeal Stout, but the beer we're going to start with, I'm so excited about this beer. Shout out to Pipe Dream Brewing in Londonderry, New Hampshire. We are going to have a chocolate honey glazed donut stout. They made a donut into a beer. And this is also with donuts from the New Hampshire Donut Company, which is awesome. This about is like knacking on a doughy, deep fried guilty pleasure dipped in honey, brewed in collaboration with the husband wife duo behind the New Hampshire Donut Company. Shout out to the New Hampshire Donut Company and shout out to Pipe Dream Brewing for the beer that I am about to enjoy. I am so excited to try this. Oh my God. We're going to pour it together and then we're going to log into our webinar and we're going to have some fun. All right, let's see how this looks. Oh, I love stouts. Stouts are my favorite. Stouts are my favorite type of beer. Let's see. I definitely smell honey. Definitely smell some. Oh yes, yeah, Melanie's right. This is like this beer is like the Homer Simpson of beer. For those who don't know, like I love craft beer. I think that if you think you don't like beer, you just haven't found the right beer yet, and you just need to try some more because craft beer comes in all different flavors, all different varieties. I mean, it's just like amazing what people are doing, and it's so good. Let's give it a try and see how it is. I definitely get some chocolate. Definitely getting the honey. Definitely getting the honey for sure. That is delightful. That is delightful. All right, guys, please mount that like button. Now, like what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna log. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna get us set up so that we're ready to go for this webinar. Now we have about 15 minutes before they're scheduled to get started, just so you know. So we can chit chat a little bit for right now. But let me get started with getting set up. I just need to find my stuff. Need to find my stuff. Special shout out to everyone watching on Odyssey. Let me just check in. I'll make sure all my other sites are streaming on Rockfin, on Rumble, and even on Gitter. I'm streaming on Gitter now too. Guys, please make sure while we're waiting, we've got some time. Here's some homework. Number one, join my locals. You can join for free. You don't have to become a supporter today if you're not ready to. That's fine. But join my locals for free at kb.locals.com. And then the next thing I want you to do is go onto the alt tech platforms and subscribe to me there. Because again, if the stream gets pulled for any reason on YouTube, we will still be up and running on the alt tech platforms, and that's going to be really, really important. All right, let me just see. Let me just see here. Let me just see. Hang on. You know what I need to do? I need to sign out of my Zoom because I don't want them to see me signed in under my name. So I need to sign out of Zoom and sign in under my incognito name. Yes, I have incognito names in Zoom as well. These people will never catch me. They will never, ever, 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 ever catch me, no matter what they do, no matter how hard they try. They will never catch me on Spy Stream. I have too many backups. I am super paranoid when we're doing this stuff. Oh, bingo! Oh my God, you're right. You're right, Scott. We forgot bingo. Let me get the bingo card. So if you guys want to play Unwoke Bingo, I'm putting it in the chat over on YouTube. That's our Unwoke Bingo card. Sorry, I didn't put that in the description. I totally forgot. But you can definitely play Unwoke Bingo if you would like. Okay. Huh. Don't allow the host to unmute me. Okay. We're waiting. We are in the waiting room. I had to answer a question about whether or not the host could unmute me, and I'm like, no, that's probably not the best idea we've ever had in the world. That's not the best idea. Now, while we're waiting for that to come up, let me just show you guys the bingo card. And I can put this in the chat over on the other platforms as well. If you're on Odyssey, there's your bingo card. If you are on Rockfin, here's your bingo card. If you are on Rumble, here's your bingo card. Sorry to Getter. I don't know. Can I chat in on Getter? I think I can. There's your bingo card over on Getter. Okay, let me show you the bingo card. Every Friday for happy hour, we play Unwoke Bingo. So, and it's just like a fun thing to do to pass the time. Here we go. So, go ahead, click on that link that I put in the chat, and then just click generate your card. And every card is unique. You get a free space in the middle, and then we are going for lines or we are going for corners. If you get a bingo, just by now, if they say the word, that's where you get the square. I may also make up rules during the game. So if they ever say Chris Rufo's name or allude to Chris Rufo in any way during these webinars, that is a free bingo square. I will also make up rules as we go, so you got to pay attention. You got to stay on your toes. If you get a line or corner, shout out bingo in the chat. You don't win anything, but we will salute you and applaud you and celebrate your win. And then once one person gets a bingo, you get a blackout bingo. And then we're going for blackout. Reagan has a good idea. I propose that they mention a connection to the Unwoke Army article, free bingo square. I think it's a great idea. If they mention us in any way, or the article, or that blog, or Fox News, or Ben Shapiro, or any of these things, free bingo square if they mention our work. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everyone wins when they mention our work on Spy Stream. Great idea, Reagan. All right. Now we just got to wait. We got to wait. How you guys doing today? Everyone doing well? Everyone feeling good? I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to be going on in this webinar tonight. Spy Stream is a little bit difficult sometimes because we are not working on our schedule. We're working on their schedule. I was going to go to craft night tonight. I was going to go to craft night at the Libertarian Club. I was so excited. I haven't been able to go in weeks because I've been busy. And then at 2 o'clock, Spy Stream. And I was like, God damn it. They think I'm avoiding them, I think. I'm like, it's not you, it's me. But I will be knitting during tonight's webinar. I have my knitting, per usual, of course. And we are not giving that up. But yes, a land blessing is acknowledging stolen land. They probably won't. Land blessings have kind of gone out of style. Tomorrow we should be doing the third in our series of equity in elementary education Spy Stream, but the reason I can't announce it yet is I don't know if they're actually going to invite me to it, because last week they sussed us out. They caught us. They announced live on the webinar that they knew we were streaming. And so they know we're going to stream it, and they absolutely could figure out my account information. They 100% could. But I have no indication that they have yet, and I have no indication that I'm not going to be invited back for the third session. So if we do Spy Stream tomorrow night, it will be around 7. I usually go live 15 to 30 minutes early, just to pregame like we're doing right now. But if that happens, then we will. I will let you guys know tomorrow if Spy Stream is happening tomorrow. I will let you know if I get the link, and if I don't get the link, we'll do a regular stream and we'll do something else. I really do hope I get the link though. Like, really, what do they have to hide? Why are they hiding? They're talking about teaching elementary school children equity. What do they have to hide? And to be really honest, the first 2 webinars they've done in this series haven't been that bad. They really haven't been. Like, this is like some of the tamest social justice stuff I've ever seen. So I think they should just let us in. I, in fact, invited one of the trainers after she announced that she knew we were streaming. I invited one of the trainers to come on the channel and have a whole conversation with me. And then she blocked me on Twitter. I can't imagine why. It's okay to be antagonistic to these guys. It really is, guys. It is okay. Just so everyone knows, graphically Alex is trolling. He is not a leftist. He just likes to pretend he is. No one called for me to ban him. He's just trolling. See, because I have to say that, Alex, because what's going to happen if you keep it up is people are going to be like, Carlin, why do you have leftists in your chat? And it's going to start all sorts of rumors, just like that rumor that you tried to start about me being a Fed. God. Let me see. What else can we talk about? I don't know. We got a couple more minutes. 6 minutes left before we get started. Yes, Alex is the best. If you guys missed my chat, I actually had Alex on the channel last week. Alex is a lifelong conservative, and I thought he had a really wonderful perspective. So if you missed the chat I had with Alex last week, I haven't made clips of it yet. I need to make clips. I've just been doing 8,000 bajillion things. It's been overwhelming lately. And plus, Carrie Smith is still fucking tweeting about me. She's mad that I alerted her pastor that Carrie Smith is mad that I alerted her pastor that she is reveling in the sins of bearing false witness and gossip live on the internet. So she's still tweeting about me too. I've been trying to do this Vermont stuff. I mean, it's just like I have like 8 bajillion things on my plate. There's too much going on. There's too much, guys. But I do it for you. I've had client work lately, man. Like, shoot. Got to promote the book. All sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. But we're keeping it together for you guys. We're doing it all for you to make sure that that you can see what's going on in the schools and what's going on when leftists don't think you're looking. And they haven't let us into the webinar yet, so we got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. Yeah, Carrie was leaving me alone until I did a whole stream celebrating that she's getting sued for defamation by Unsafe Space. And then she started tweeting about me again. And then I tweeted and tagged her pastor telling him that he needed to stage an intervention because Carrie was reveling in sin live on the internet. And she didn't like that so much. Apparently, people don't like it when you tag their pastors on Twitter and tell them and ask them to stage an intervention because someone is reveling in sin live on the internet. I just can't imagine why Carrie might be offended by that. I can't imagine. So lesson to you guys, don't ever fuck with me. The Vermont schools are learning not to fuck with me. Carrie Smith is learning not to fuck with me. The Queen from England is learning not to fuck. I am fighting battles on like 8,000 fronts right now. I've got battles going on with the woke. I've got battles going on with the schools. I've got battles going on with a whole city in Vermont. I've got battles going on within the anti-CRT community. I'm actually trying to get real work done at the same time. This is what I'm doing for you. All for you guys. All for you guys. This work has driven me within an inch of my own sanity. God. Scott says, why do these sessions always make me want to have a drink? That's why I have the beer. That's why I said to Victor earlier, I was like, Victor, honey, darling, can you swing by the craft beer store after you go look at guns? Because Victor was out at the gun store earlier because he's buying the gun that you guys all donated super chats to. He's getting like the gun store special ordered his gun and he was going to look at it. And I said, darling, sweetheart, love of my life, please pick me up craft beer on your way home. And he did. And he did. So I would say lean into that inclination, Scott. That's how I handle this stuff. That's how I do it. Oh, do we have a Carrie supporter? Are you a Carrie supporter? Check your ego, you're losing it. This is what Carrie supporters always say. They're like, Carlin is unhinged. No. Carlin's not unhinged. Your queen bee is unhinged, but we thank you for coming to Spy Stream anyway. This is the real work, man. Spying on these people, going through their documents, watching all their videos. This is the stuff that Fox News doesn't do. Fox News steals our journalism, calls it theirs, because they aren't doing real journalism. We are in the unwoke army. We are like some of the only people in the anti-woke community actually doing real journalism. That's why I started the unwoke army in the first place. I was like, we actually need people to be doing real effing journalism. So we're doing it because no one else will. Post Millennial only reports on what's going on Twitter. Fox News today literally reported that Dave Rubin made a statement on Disney. And though I appreciate Dave Rubin, I'm like, Dave Rubin making a statement on Disney isn't effing news. Can we please, for the love of God, do something important? Incognito says, you've got the best community to support you. I do have the best community to support me. Absolutely. Sam says, it is important for everyone to share this stream and the knowledge they learn from it. Too many people don't believe this is actually happening in schools. Thank you, Sam, for making that note. I absolutely agree. Guys, please share this stream out. Let people know what we're doing. We should be getting started in about a minute. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. We're waiting, Vermont Commission on Human Rights. We're waiting for you to get started tonight. We're waiting patiently. Me and 166 other people. We're waiting patiently to see what you're going to say in your secret little unrecorded webinar. Who are we watching tonight? We are watching the Vermont Human Rights Commission. Here, I'll pull it up again. Let me make sure this is the right thing. Yeah. We are watching the Vermont Human Rights Commission, this webinar that they advertised earlier today, saying, we will not be recording today's session. Don't miss it. Oh, don't worry. I got you covered, Vermont Human Rights Commission. I got you covered. I got you covered. Learn from youth and adults from Outright Vermont about the state of LGBT. Wait, hang on. Where's my Zoom? Okay, there it is. About the state of LGBTQ inclusion in Vermont schools and show up for freer, more liberated schools and for LGBTQ and all youth today at 6 p.m. And then we think this is in response to us because they've been tweeting about our work on the Burlington schools, and they don't seem to like our work on the Burlington schools all that much. And then all of a sudden, they have a mystery, unrecorded, secret webinar about LGBT issues in the Vermont schools. Oh, isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient that we did our work, they don't like our work, and now all of a sudden there's a super secret unrecorded webinar. Huh. We're still waiting for the Zoom. They haven't started it yet. So that's what we're waiting for right now. We're waiting for them to get started. If my unwoke army, the people that registered, could also sign into the Zoom on the links that you guys have, just let me know if they are starting for you and not for me. That'd be fantastic. I told you, I was paranoid. I've registered for this webinar in like 15 different places. We've got them one way or the other. Vermont Human Rights Commission, if you don't want to let me in, you haven't figured out my secret name yet. I know you haven't because it is a new secret name that I haven't used anywhere else. Ha ha. So I know there's no way they could have figured it out. There's no way they could have figured it out. So please just let me know, guys, if you can log in. That would be great. Maybe they just don't know what to do. It's entirely possible that they don't know what to do. Because I know they don't know my name. I know they don't know who I am in the sign-in that I used. Are they vetting people? Are they only letting people in that they know? Are they just not ready yet? It always perturbs me a little bit when they go 3 minutes past time and they haven't started yet. I mean, I have a VPN, so it's not my IP address, I don't think. Vermont Human Rights Commission, are you scared? Are you scared, Vermont Human Rights Commission, to tell us what you're doing in your super secret webinar? Yeah, I know. I need to. Well, I don't need to change my voice. Like, there's no reason for that. I don't speak in these webinars. We're not going to be Vermont Human Rights Commission. You really don't have anything to be afraid of. We're not going to be disruptive or anything. We're going to let you say what you want to say. Oh. We just got a message saying, welcome. We'll get started in a few minutes. Just got a message. Okay. Everyone sit tight. Go grab a beer or, something non-alcoholic or more alcoholic, as the case may be. But we just got a message. It's going to get started soon. Getting started soon. And guys, please make sure you share this out. Please make sure you retweet copiously and liberally. Please make sure you are mounting that like button if you have not already. I don't know why I don't have 191 mounts on that like button already. We're doing the Lord's work here, folks. Don't think I don't know it. I watch this stuff for you. I have driven myself into within an inch of my own sanity to do this for you. Mandal for you. The least you can do is mount that like button for me, which I greatly appreciate. Lets YouTube know that we're doing something good here tonight, so they promote the stream. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you are not already. Remember, YouTube does like to unsubscribe people from my channel every single effing night, like clockwork. So please just double check, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you have those notifications turned on. Hello to everyone watching on Odyssey, Rockfin, Rumble, on Getter. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for the support. They can filter all they want. I've got like 15 logins for this thing. They can filter all they want. We're going to get one of them. I wonder if they're watching us right now. It's like meta, right? Yeah, Alexandra, Alexandra, can you forward your registration email to activelyunwoke@gmail.com, please? Just forward it, just so I have the link, just in case, because I know you registered. Thank you. I just saw you in the chat. I would appreciate it, just to have a backup. I know other people registered too. If anyone else registered for the webinar that's in the Unwoke Army, please forward it on. Thank you, Alexandra. You're the best. I bet they're wrangling students. Okay, so because I think there's going to be students involved in this webinar, one of the ground rules is, they just got another message. We'll get started in a few. One of the ground rules, hang on, let me put up my spy stream rules, just so we have that. Where is my spy stream rules? Are there. So because there are students involved in this webinar, and yes, they're again using students to virtue signal on the internet, we do not make fun of students in the chat. We do not make fun of anyone underage in the chat. They are victims of all of this. We do not make fun of them. You guys got to remember, this chat is live on the internet. Anything you say can and will be used against you. The students are victims of what the adults are doing to them. So please do not make fun of students in the chat. You can provide commentary on what they're doing. You can make note of what they're saying, but do not mock them. Do not ridicule them. Do not bully them. Do not harass them. Do not do anything in any way. These children, they're children. They are victims of this ideology, and it is not their fault. So that is one of our rules. Also, remember, for people who just joined, they keep sending messages saying they're going to get started in a few. We are waiting. Oh, we're in. Hang on. We're in.
Welcome, everybody.
We're in. Shh.
Welcome. Okay, I want to introduce myself. I'm really excited to have you all here. My name is Amanda Garces. I am the Director of Policy, Education, and Outreach for the Vermont Human Rights Commission. And today I'm going to start us off with a little poem before we get into things and explain a little bit about what we're doing here today. So I'm going to read this poem. This poem is by Adrienne Mary Brown, and I really love it. And it's just kind of to set us. It's been a long day for many of us, a long week. So this poem is called "This is the Only Moment." I can't stop being in the present, noticing how the past tells me what I should care about, and the future tells me what I should fear. And the past tells me what we forgot, and the future tells me what we must dream, but hear.
They just kicked me out. out. They just fucking kicked me out. Hang on. Stand by. Fuckers just kicked me out. Maybe they really are afraid of what's going on. Hang on. Troubleshooting. What are you hiding, Vermont Commission on Human Rights? What are you hiding? What are you hiding? If everyone who signed up for the webinar can go and log in right now, that would be great. Everyone who signed up. Let's see if they let us in. All of us in. Oh! They're not letting anyone else in. Melanie, you're in it? Melanie, screenshot the ever-loving fuck out of this. Screenshot everything they're saying, Melanie. Record everything they're saying, Melanie. What sneaky fuckers. What sneaky, sneaky, sneaky bastards. They're not letting anyone else in? Wow. Wow. Vermont Human Rights Commission, how desperate are you? How desperate are you? Melanie, we are relying on you. That's okay. Melanie, learn how to screenshot on your phone real quick. Learn how to screenshot. Oh, Alexandra's got you too. Vermont Human Rights Commission, we've got you. We have multiple people in this webinar. You should have just let us in and let us show what you were doing. We've got multiple people in this webinar, Vermont Human Rights Commission. Thinks I'm just a blog. I've got a whole fucking army. Wow. Wow. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try something else. Hang on. What type of people? What type of people hide what they're doing with children on the internet? What type of people dare to hide what they're doing with children on the internet? We've got like 3 or 4 people in your webinar, Vermont Human Rights Commission. We've got like 3 or 4 people in. So you might as well let us in. Otherwise, we're gonna not only are we going to show what you're talking about anyway, we're also going to show the fact that you are hiding. Blatantly hiding. Well, no one on the stream would even know what my name is. And who doesn't let people in after they get started? Who doesn't let people into the stream after they get started? Let me just go through the chat. Wait, they're talking about us? They're talking about us on the webinar right now. Bingo for everyone. Alexandra, what are they saying? Alexandra, you are our spy. Alexandra, keep us informed about what they are saying. Keep us informed about what they're saying. Of course they're talking about us. Because they're trying to hide how they're grooming children. The Vermont and by the way, guys, we got all their names. I got all your names on video. Don't think I'm not going to be checking up on each and every one of you, especially now. Especially now that you are blatantly hiding what you're doing. You are grooming children live on the internet, Vermont Human Rights Commission. Why are you hiding? Why are you... Meta Steps in Vermont. Why are you hiding what you're doing, Vermont Human Rights Commission? Why? Why are you hiding what you're doing with children on the internet? They're screening the phone numbers? What does that mean? What does that mean that they're screening the phone numbers? People are live streaming without our permission. You are grooming children on the internet, Vermont Human Rights Commission. We have multiple people in your webinar right now. We are going to find out every single thing that you're trying to hide. You can't catch all of us. We're probably the majority of people in your webinar right now. Because I went through the list of names on that webinar. There weren't that many people there. We're probably the majority of people on your webinar right fucking now. Are they letting more people in? Yeah, Jake, that's probably true. They were letting people... No, there were a whole bunch of people already in. I don't know. I'd be pretty pissed if I was a parent that was waiting to get into this webinar and I'm not being allowed to be let in. It's as though, Vermont Human Rights Commission, it's as though you're proud of the fact. It's as though you're proud of the fact that you are hiding what you're doing from the public. It's as though you're proud of the fact that you are hiding what you're doing from the public. All right, Unwoke Army, we're going to be looking into the Vermont Human Rights Commission. They have brought this fury down upon themselves. In addition to foyering the ever-living fuck out of Burlington, we are looking into the Vermont Human Rights Commission right now. We are going to go through the names of every single person that I saw when I was in that stream. They haven't consented to the vitriol of hate coming at them from a YouTuber. A YouTuber. We're just going to sit here. Alexandra is going to update us on everything you guys are saying. We're just going to sit here waiting for updates on everything you guys are saying. Every single thing. Don't worry, Vermont Human Rights Commission. We're going to get this one way or the other. I will sit here all fucking night. I will sit here and just do chat updates. I didn't use my phone number to sign in either. Oh. Melanie's recording the audio, Vermont Human Rights Commission. Melanie is recording the audio. Oh. Melanie, I don't know if you're in my locals, but you get automatic, you are automatically being added to the Unwoke Army if you are not. We're just going to sit here and we're going to wait for updates. Do I feel like J. Edgar Hoover? God, I hope I'm not J. Edgar Hoover. Can one of them StreamYard with you? I don't know how that's possible. I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, I can't wait, Alexandra. You're a super spy, Alexandra. Make sure, Alexandra, you screenshot as much as you can. Put it in the Discord. They're calling me a hate channel? Someone please record them calling me a hate channel so I can sue the Vermont Human Rights Commission for slander. A hate channel? Yeah, they were on before we were let in. They were. They were on before we were let in. Hey, you know what? Vermont Human Rights Commission, I will sit here all night and simply wait for updates from my spies that I have in your webinar right now. And Lord help you. Lord help you. If either of them got you saying on audio that I am a hate channel, because I will sue the ever-loving fuck out of you. You don't get to say that. You don't just get to call people hate channels when they actually aren't doing anything hateful. Oh, they're pausing. They're pausing. They're pausing. We'll do this all night, Vermont Human Rights Commission. Let's do a research stream into the Vermont Human Rights Commission. Oh, they're breaking into groups. Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Breakout rooms. They're trying to counter. They're trying to, like, that was probably a counter to us in case they didn't kick us out. There are 4 breakout calls. They haven't consented to be hated for grooming children. That is absolutely right. But that's, you know, the Vermont Human Rights Commission just grooms children live on the internet and then tries to hide it. Melanie is in a breakout session. You guys, Melanie and Alexandra are the rock stars of tonight. Rock stars of tonight. Don't say anything in the breakout calls. Just chill, or if you have to say something, play leftist. I know you guys know how to play leftist. You've listened to me do it all the time. Alexandra, whatever you guys can do. We got Melanie in a group. We've got Alexandra in a group. We're not even watching anything right now. We're just getting the play-by-play. Yeah. Play leftist, Alexandra. Talk leftist. Talk leftist. If they called me a hate channel and someone got that on recorded at all, they better hope and pray. Alexandra, we can do it through the Discord. I don't know if you can do it in the Discord, Alexandra, if you know how to do it, but Brent says that if you put it up what you're watching in the Discord, then we can show it here. Oh, the Vermont Human Rights Commission has kicked other people out too. Brandy got let in for 1 second and then they kicked her out too. I wonder if the Vermont Human Rights Commission is kicking out actual parents, thinking that they're us because they're probably fucking paranoid. Sharing pronouns, super of Champlain Valley is in my group. Oh, okay. We are a channel of love, Vermont Human Rights Commission. We are a channel of love. Yes, Deborah, there are 2 people right now. The Vermont Human Rights Commission has kicked some of us out, but we've got 2 people in. We've got Alexandra and we have Melanie, and they are undercover in the room. Melanie says, I'm going to talk briefly about who I am, looking into school systems as my spouse may have to move. Well done, Melanie. Yes. Sounds good. Sounds good. So, guys, right now we're doing a little bit of a different type of spy stream because they booted us out of they've booted multiple people out of their stream, and then they called me a hate channel. But we still have 2 spies, and those 2 spies are in the chat right now, and they're chatting us in updates. So we will know exactly what the Vermont Human Rights Commission is saying in this webinar, whether they like it or not. We're just doing it in a little bit more of an ad hoc way right now because we have to have moles. Melanie's recording it. Boom! Yes. You do not fuck with my unwoke army. Voice changer doesn't seem so crazy now. No, Scott, you were right about that. You were correct. I can admit when I'm wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong. I can admit when I'm... I will sit here all night. I don't care. Yep, just act batshit insane. Why is a government agency being so secretive? Is the Vermont Human Rights Commission a government agency? That's a good question. Is the Vermont Human Rights Commission a state agency? And if so, can we FOIA the ever-loving fuck out of them? Let's look this up right now. We've got some time. I'm continuing to monitor what is going on. Sam says, don't report here about breakout group content. Don't report any personal information, but if they're saying batshit crazy things, I want to know what the Vermont Human Rights Commission is saying. I don't care particularly about like the individual stories and the fucking feelings and all that. I want to know what the Vermont Human Rights Commission is saying. We just added a whole nother dimension to the Unwoke Army tonight, folks. Vermont Human Rights Commission grooming children on the internet and don't want to be seen. Why doesn't the Vermont Human Rights Commission want to be seen on the internet? Why? Why? No, we're not streaming anything right now. Don't worry, Ash. We're not streaming anything right now. We're simply getting updates from our spies. My name wasn't visible. Oh, well, we're not doing it. I don't think anyone's doing it in the Discord. No one's in the Discord yet doing it. Oh, right. Okay. This is right. The Bakeout Group... The meeting has been ended by the host. The meeting has ended. We canceled their webinar. Yay! So they have someone monitoring this stream right now. They have someone monitoring this stream right now. So we can, what do we want to say to the Vermont Human Rights Commission? Well, they ended their webinar. That's good. Don't let us know when you're in until breakouts finish. Yes, well, they've just finished the entire webinar. They just finished it. Vermont Human Rights Commission, this is not over. This is not over by a long shot, Vermont Human Rights Commission. In fact, you just put a target on your fucking back. Because we will be watching every single webinar you try to do moving forward. We will have every single person in the chat register to go to your webinar. We will VPN so we look like we're coming. I am from Vermont, bitches. I will get my relatives to sign in or to register for this thing so it looks like it's from Barrie or Montpelier or Williamstown or Burlington. So for Alexandra and Melanie, for our super spies, what are, like, did you just get kicked out? What just happened? What just happened? I don't know what happened. Oh, they're never going to let me in again after that. Well, Alexandra, we just need to change your Zoom account and your email address. Any meetings they have must be open to the public. They're canceling it because they're watching my channel. Hi. Hi. Just a blog. Okay, so Vermont Human Rights Commission, you are a government entity. Because you are a government entity, we can FOIA the ever-loving fuck out of you. And we will be FOIA-ing the you're watching, so let's just have a conversation about what's about to happen. You are state employees. That means that every single one of your emails is public record. It also means that this presentation that you are about to do, that's also public record. And you better gear up, ladies, for the amount of FOIA requests that you are about to get. And I will crowdfund paying for those FOIA requests. I will crowdfund paying for those FOIA requests so that we can see absolutely every single thing that you're doing. Reagan says, the best part about this is we gain knowledge on what to change for next time. Yes, sometimes Spy Stream has to be an experiment, because it was inevitable that we were going to start getting caught at some point. We flew under the radar for a while, but it was inevitable that we were going to start to get caught at some point. And now we just we start to know what we need to change. We're going to use this as a learning moment. The Unwoke Army are going to use this as a learning moment. Melanie, if you are not in the Unwoke Army, Melanie, I don't think I've seen you in the Discord. Please shoot me an email at activelyunwoke@gmail.com and I will get you in the Unwoke Army Discord. Yeah. They shut it down. The Vermont Human Rights Commission has jurisdiction over allegations of unlawful discrimination in housing, places of accommodation, and state employment. Huh. Okay, Alexandra is emailing me the screenshot of the video now. Well, isn't it convenient that I have like 87,000 relatives in Vermont and can easily have access to Vermont phone numbers? We could also just create Vermont phone numbers on Skype. Creating a Vermont phone number isn't actually that hard. It's not actually that hard. Not actually that hard. Grooming children live on the fucking internet. We're getting the video. That's going to happen, Vermont Human Rights Commission. State agency trying to hide what they're... Why is the Vermont Human Rights Commission state agency trying to hide what they're doing from the public? Why is the Vermont Human Rights Commission allowed to have secret meetings in unrecorded webinars with children talking about what's going on in the schools that they are hiding from the public. Does that seem correct to anyone else? It doesn't seem correct to me. That's why we're going to FOIA the ever-loving fuck out of all of them. Because we've also got your names. Because I went through everyone that was in that meeting, and I got you on video. I've got your names. So we're going to be looking, that Latina, I don't know what her name was, the woman that was leading the meeting before I got kicked out. I am FOIA-ing every single one of your emails. I am FOIA-ing every email you ever mentioned equity, you ever mentioned anti-racism, you ever mentioned LGBTQIA+. I am FOIA-ing every single thing. This is my little personal retribution for you guys trying to hide shit from the public. AD says, invasion of Vermont from New Hampshire and upstate New York. We're coming to you. Well, at least we canceled their webinar. We canceled it. And don't think, and Vermont Human Rights Commission, next time, we're going to do this much more covertly, bitches. I gave you a warning. I gave you a warning on Twitter that we were doing this in hopes that you would do the right thing and just let us see what you were talking about with children behind closed doors. We're doing this much more covertly next time. Don't think I don't have other ways to do this. I'm going to be watching your every fucking move. Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun? The Vermont Human Rights Commission is a hate group. I'm a hate channel? I'm a hate channel? No. No. You have no right to... Metastep is in Vermont. Metastep, you can come be our spy. Official Vermont government website. Hiding information from the public. We probably know the rules better than you guys do. Does either Melanie or Alexandra, do either of you guys want to do a call-in? You don't have to come on video, but do you have audio? Can you come to a call-in and talk about what just happened from your perspective? If you don't want to do a call-in, that's fine. AD says it's got a link. The Human Rights Commission is an official government agency. Official government agency hiding like little cowards because they don't want to. Why does an official government agency in Vermont not want us to see what they are doing with children live on the internet? That's the question that I want the answer to. That's what I want the answer to. The email to send it to is activelyunwoke@gmail.com. Oh, Alex, you missed so much drama. Holy shit. You missed it. We got the Vermont Human Rights Commission to shut down an entire webinar. Oh, really? Oh, Vermont has an open meeting law? You don't say. You don't say, Sin. Vermont has an open meeting law and they aren't allowed to do this shit? The Vermont Human Rights Commission just broke the fucking law live on the internet? How do we report this? How do we report the Vermont Human Rights... Metastep, you might be our best person on this particular occasion. How do we report the Vermont Human Rights Commission for breaking open meeting law? The reason they gave for canceling is that we were streaming it live on the internet. And we had spies in there, and they didn't want to be found out for how they were grooming children live on the fucking internet. Government agency. Government agency. Oh, we're FOIA-ing everything. Every single thing. Everything. Melanie, thank you for becoming a member on the channel. I appreciate it. Can they tell if someone screenshot records? I don't think so. No, they shouldn't be able to. It's over Zoom. Yeah, Sean says it's the mentally healthy adults that are not upset that they can't and shouldn't talk to 5 to 9-year-olds about sex. Yes. Oh, cool. Melanie, you joined our group. Okay. Melanie, shoot me an email at activelyunwoke.com activelyunwoke@gmail.com. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you access to the Unwoke Army Discord server, which is like, it's like the subgroup. And you can come and talk to us about what just happened. No, we can do this in other ways. I have ideas that I'm not going to talk about right now, Vermont Human Rights Commission. I have ideas about how we can do this in far more sneaky ways. Don't worry. We're going to get these fuckers. They're going to have no idea what's coming. You know, the easy thing to do in this would have just been for them to allow us to stream their webinar. That would have been the easy thing to do. I would be far less spiteful had they just allowed us to stream their webinar. I would have probably let it go. We would have just focused on the things that we already had running. Okay, Alexandra just doesn't want to give up her voice. Alexandra, totally cool. We'll talk about it in the Discord server. We are totally cool. But if you could tell us what they talked about, that would be great. Yeah, so for those just joining, the Vermont Human Rights Commission, which is a government agency in Vermont, just canceled their webinar because they are violating open meeting law in Vermont because they don't want it streamed on the internet. They're literally violating open meeting law. They're a government agency. They're not allowed to hide this shit. They're not allowed. Oh, thank you, Melanie. Okay, I will respond to you. Appreciate it. Well, you know, Richard says, I bet they only do in-person meetings from now on. Good. Good. That's good. They shouldn't be parading children around live on the internet. Sorry. And we have people in Vermont anyway, so we can go and we'll just get people to go to their in-person meetings. This is not over, Vermont Human Rights Commission. I'm raising an army in Vermont right now. I've got people on school boards. I've got Republican GOP connections. You can run, but you can't hide. If you try to have in-person meetings, we will send people to your in-person meetings. And you are a government agency. You can't kick people out based on political persuasion. Sorry, not allowed. Can this be seen as a form of journalism? It is the only real journalism that's taking place right now. This is the only real form of journalism that is taking place right now. Yes, this is good advice. Never, ever, ever, ever piss me off. I will bring the fury of 1,000 suns down on you like you have never seen before in your life. I'm a little behind in the chat, guys, just so you know. I'm scrolling through the chat right now. I think I'm like 3 minutes behind. Yeah, just imagine how pissed the interlopers are now. For real. For real. For real. I have talked to Project Veritas before. I don't know. I don't know that that's going to work out. Like, for many reasons. No shade at James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe is awesome. But, you know, and I'm friendly with them. I'm friendly with Project Veritas. I have no shade against them. I got assaulted by their security guard. That's real. I got assaulted by the security guard last week here at CPAC, and I don't know that I've gotten over it. And it really pissed me off, and I don't know. Alexandra said it didn't get far. They talked about the threat of YouTube hate channels. We're not a hate channel. Put us in groups to introduce ourselves and then announce they're closing it because they're scared. Hey, how do we do our Illumination podcast? Savrits, we're gonna have to put a pin in that one for right this second, but I assure you we'll do it at some point. I think it'll be a good talk. Zacko Crazy says Vermont's open meeting law requires all meetings of public bodies to be open to the public at all times unless a specific exception applies. Okay, Vermont Human Rights Commission, what was your specific exception to having a closed private meeting with children on the internet? You just violated Vermont open meeting law, bitches. When a public body holds a remote meeting, it must use technology that allows the public to attend by electronic or other means. Allow the public to access the meeting by telephone whenever feasible. And they did, Scott, but then they kicked us all out. And the Vermont Human Rights Commission wanted to have a private meeting of people who politically agree with them. The Vermont Human Rights Commission violated Vermont state open meeting law by kicking out people who don't politically agree with them. Like, this is like not an insignificant thing. Yeah, Jess T says, I'd be so pissed if I was a parent right now and got kicked out because they don't want anyone outside to see their viewpoints about this stuff. Excellent. Sean for help says, Carlin, I'm a paralegal. If you'd like, I'm willing to help you writing up filings and letters. I can email you if you want to discuss. Yes, Sean, I would love that. That would be fantastic. Email me at activelyunwoke@gmail.com and we'll hook that up, Sean. Thank you for your service. They closed it because they found out too many people were attending to spy on them. But guess what? When you're a government agency, people who politically disagree with you are allowed to attend your meetings. When you're a government agency, you are a government agency. You know they're watching us right now too. They're absolutely watching us right now. What would everyone in the chat like to say to the Vermont Human Rights Commission? Because we know that they are watching us right now. So I will display, if you have a message for the Vermont Human Rights Commission that you would like me to display on the screen to pass on to them, please let me know what you would like to say to them, and we will pass this on. Yep. Stop grooming children. Yes. Yep. Welcome to the party, y'all. Okay, groomer. You must not go against the party. Groom no more. Hey, sweeties, how's your day going? How's your day going? Government employees don't have free speech. They're servants of the public. Vermont Human Rights Commission, what are you hiding? What is your obsession with sex and kids? Vermont, you are actively abusing children. Well, Richard, they can say they had technical difficulties all they want. We had 2 people in there that have told us flat out that they were canceling the webinar because they knew we were streaming live on the internet. And then they booted us out, but we still had spies and we were doing a play-by-play. You can run, but you can't hide, Vermont Human Rights Commission. You can't hide, darlings. My pretties. Jake says, Vermont Human Rights Commission, you are a hate group disguised as a government agency. There's no reason for your meetings to not be public unless you are a hate group. Vermont groomers can run, but they can't hide. Vermont Human Rights Commission, okay, groomer. I said this earlier, but the Vermont Human Rights Commission should stop being pussies. If you're so proud of what you're doing, show it to the world. I think that is a great perspective to have. Grow up and stop grooming. We see what you're doing. Stop grooming children. AM says, gays against grooming. We're coming for your ass. If you aren't grooming children, what do you need to hide? I heard the next meeting is going to be in a pizza shop. Brent, always in with the snide remark. Always in with the snide remark. We're working on getting video and an update from, let me just check. I'm going to check the Actively Unwoke email real quick. I have like 8,000 emails. Just give me 1 sec. Hang on. I have way too many burner accounts. See, my haters like to give me shit for my burner accounts, but my epic amount of burner accounts just came in real handy, didn't it? Didn't it? Is this actively unwoke? Hang on. Melanie, I am not seeing an email from you at actively unwoke. Let me check my other emails. Maybe I accidentally gave another email address. Dear Vermont Human Rights Commission, I am an LGBTQ supporter and inclusive educator. I would have loved to hear your viewpoint, but now everyone will assume the worst. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. Thank you, Sam. I mean, Vermont Human Rights Commission, you may not know this, but I grew up in Vermont. I grew up in Williamstown. The first major political issue that I was ever involved with in my life was supporting civil unions in Vermont. I am not a hate channel. I am not opposed to LGBTQ people. I do not care if you are gay. I do not care if you are bi. I do not care if you're pansexual. I don't care if you are trans. I don't care if you're non-binary. I think everyone should be allowed to live their best life. I don't give a fuck. I have actively worked my entire life to campaign for issues relating to gay rights. The problem is not gay rights. The problem is not that this is a hate channel. Like, you just fucking lied about me. You lied about me in a government meeting. The problem is not gay people. The problem is that you are indoctrinating children. That is the problem. The problem is that you are not allowing children to discover who they are and come out in their own time. Pete Buttigieg did not come out of the closet until he was in his 30s, Vermont Human Rights Commission. Why are you forcing children to come out in elementary school or middle school? Why are you having entire webinars about this that you are hiding from the public? Why do you oppose uncivil unions, Carlin? Well, civil unions, AD, I know you're being facetious. Civil unions were the precursor to gay marriage. I was very much in favor of civil unions in Vermont. I always was. I was always in favor of gay marriage. I have no issue with that. I have no issue with using pronouns that people prefer because I believe in offering basic respect and courtesy. I have no issues with children socially transitioning when they're actually trans, when they're actually experiencing gender dysphoria. I have no issues with students going to therapy for that. Oh, Melanie wants to know what the call-in number is. Melanie, let me put the link in the chat. Guys, only Melanie can come and talk to me about what just happened, okay? This is the link for call-ins, Melanie. If you want to come on and tell us about what just happened, just follow that link. And that'll bring you into StreamYard. You don't have to show your face, but if you want to talk about what just happened, I would love to hear it. Oh, Melanie's calling in and playing the recording. I don't know if we're going to be able to make that work, but we'll give it a try. Want to violate open meeting law on us? Who do they think they are? Guys, Melanie only for call-ins, please. We can do call-ins after. We can do call-ins with everyone else after we try to work this out with Melanie, okay? I attract gay men like a goddamn magnet. And I either want to call me a hate channel? Okay, Melanie is here. Melanie, you want to be on camera? You're good with that? You don't have to be. You can turn off your camera. It's up to you. I just don't want to bring you on until you're good. Oh. Give me a thumbs up when you're good. You're good? Okay. Melanie, our spy. Welcome to the stream.
Hi. Sorry, I had to mute you on the YouTube, but I can go into this and play it for you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I want to say that at the top of our event, because there may be folks here streaming a live stream to folks who don't share those views, to folks who would question the existence and the rightness of respect, safety, and dignity for queer and trans youth. And though we are trying to control whether or not it gets live streamed, we can't do that and still hold this event. But I want to let you know that at the top of this event, the 3 facilitators and Amanda Garces from the HRC, we decided that we wanted to have this event, even though we have not consented to having this live streamed, nor have we consented to the vitriol and hate that we're expecting to be posted on those YouTube channels in response to our truth and the dignity and respect that is deserved to LGBTQ plus youth. We can't control that, but we want to create an opportunity for folks to be in choice about staying on this call. If it feels like a space that you don't feel like you can be in, please be in choice. And there's many places and ways that you can learn about these issues. But we also want to let folks know that if you're in this space and you're holding those views, that your questioning of that reality is not welcome here. So we're going to try to hold a space that uplifts and affirms the dignity of queer and trans people. Knowing that this may be live streamed right now on channels on YouTube where folks are expressing hate, we wanted to take this opportunity to not ignore that. And we're going to have an opportunity for folks right now to move into small groups, to introduce themselves, to share why they're here, and to notice if you have anything in this conversation, you're like, wow, I came to learn about LGBTQIA inclusion in Vermont schools, but instead, I'm confronted with the reality that this workshop is being live streamed on a hate channel. So like, I'm we honestly have known this for about 20 minutes. We're trying to make this salient and responsive. So I guess what I'd like to offer right now is we're going to have groups of 3. We're going to break folks out into groups of 3. To introduce yourself, you want to introduce yourself with your name, your pronouns, where you are located, what brought you here today, and what does it mean? What does it mean for you that this possibility is happening right now? Just to have a little conversation in groups of 3. And this is something that something we just learned that we're trying to be responsive to and not ignore. I want to ask you to please hang with us and experiment in checking in with each other about what this means for you and also what brought you here today. I'm going to pause just for a second to see if you have a question. I think it goes to in the chat. You're welcome to ask a question, but what we're going to do is do some breakout rooms right now. It's for folks to introduce themselves and say why they're here and what it might mean to you to know that this possibility is happening right now. Questions? Okay. Cool. I'm going to do some breakout rooms. Give me a second.
The superintendent was in the room that I was in.
Oh, the superintendent from Burlington?
From Champaign Valley.
Okay. Oh, that was what you said. Superintendent. Okay.
Let's do 4 breakout rooms.
Melanie, you are a champion. Thank you. Thank you.
Your names, your pronouns, where you're located, why you're here today, and what does it mean to you that this may be streaming on channels that are seeking to foment hate towards LGBTQ+. All right. We have about 10 minutes. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll come say hi. There you go. Put in the room. You are now in a breakout session. You are muted.
Oh, that's you. I was getting back to you from my computer. Oh, here it is.
Hi, how are y'all? I'm well. How about you? Doing very well. Just happy to be here tonight, and it's always intrigued at where presentations on topics such as these are going, especially in this in the internet world. So I'm like, what? How is that possible? But I'm glad So I guess we've been charged with sharing our pronouns and sharing who we are. So I'll be happy to go first. My name is Vanessa Sanchez, and I am the superintendent of Champlain Valley School District in Vermont, and I am he, him.
I can still hear you in it.
Yeah.
I'll go next. It's great to see you. I'm a graduate of that school district. My name is Christy. I use she, her pronouns, and I am now an educator in Vermont and glad to be on this call. I always learn so much from Dee and Amanda, and I'm just interested to hear more about supporting our youth, especially in this moment, and definitely thinking about the woman who lost her life in Morrisville and just how real this is right now in the state of Vermont, and how moments like this with streaming for the purpose of enraging others leads to real impacts for folks. So I'm just sitting with that reality. Okay.
And it's pretty much the end of that because I couldn't talk.
Yeah. Well, Melanie, I really, really appreciate you recording that for us, and I would like to get a copy of that recording.
I emailed it to you.
You did? Okay. Which email address did you,
Actively, ACTIVELY, unwoke, UNWOKE,
at
at
Gmail?
gmail.com. Yes.
I don't see it. Let me just double check.
I sent it to you twice.
I did get it. Okay, so I've got that recording. Melanie, I'm so appreciative of you doing this for us. Thank you so much. Would you like to join the Unwoke Army and be?
I would. You know, I live in Maine. My daughter was groomed by the Pathfinders program and the GSTA and taken from me and her two little brothers. And it's been almost 3 years since I've seen her.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry to hear that.
You know, people, they really don't know what's going on in schools. I had no idea.
I know. And this is
why I just want to help parents because only by the grace of God have I been able to, and my boys been able to continue on because it's really hard.
Mm-hmm. Well, Melanie, you did help people tonight. You got us an inside view into what they're doing. We're pretty sure that the Vermont Human Rights Commission tonight broke Vermont open meeting law, and we are going to be FOIA-ing them to no end. And when you come and join the Unwoke Army, you're going to be able to help us expose, like what we're literally working on right now to give you and everyone else some insight is we are working on making contact with parents in Vermont to try to help people understand what's going on. We're working on grassroots strategies to get the word out because the media is not covering this at all. And so this is going to be really helpful for exposing. They literally had a struggle session tonight about how they were feeling about getting exposed to the public with what they're trying to do. So I just want to really big thank you and round of applause for you. You were a warrior tonight and we really
help the babies. That's it.
Yeah, we gotta expose what's going on.
And one other thing, in K through 12 in Maine, they have even kindergartners, when they go into the classroom, the teacher will put her hand up in the air and she'll have her index finger up or both fingers up. And she'll ask the little kids, how are you guys feeling today? Are you feeling like a boy or a girl today? And she'll have her hand in the air, her arm in the air, and until all the little kids get settled, they all put their arm in the air with their fingers up, one or two, and that's how they're feeling genderly that day.
That is insane.
So if you ever go to a public school and you see a teacher doing that in the early morning, that's what they're doing.
Well, thank you for helping us figure that out. And again, we'll connect in the Unwoke Army. Is there anything else you would like to say or anything you'd like to plug tonight? You good?
No, I'm good.
Awesome.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you. I mean, we literally could not have done this tonight without you and Alexandra being in there. And I know Alexandra wants to protect what her voice sounds like, so she's putting some stuff in the Unwoke Army Discord. But we'll get you in there, and we're gonna fight back, and we're gonna make sure people know what's going on, what these people are trying to hide.
There was nobody like you in 2019 when it happened to our family. And if you even spoke of it, people were like, oh my gosh, you must have just been a horrible person.
You know, I mean, not to sound cheesy, but it's people like you that keep me doing this. This is not necessarily the easiest thing in the world to do, and I really appreciate you, and I'm so sorry that what's happened to you has happened to you, but we're gonna fight back and we're gonna win.
Don't be sorry. My daughter's 18, and if I can help another mother not go through the pain that we went through, it's all for it. It's worth it all.
Wow, you are a goddess. I hope I get to meet you sometime. I come to Maine, you know, not like pretty often, so I'm not that far away. And
My husband works for a Vermont company, so.
Well, I hope I get to meet you someday and give you a big hug in person, all right?
Awesome. Thank you kindly.
Thank you, Melanie. Oh my God. They slandered me in that meeting. The Vermont state government just slandered me, and we have it on recording. Wow, man. They literally just had I don't know how good the sound was for you guys, but I could hear everything. I can usually hear better in my headphones. I don't know how the sound worked for you guys, but I've got the recording. They literally slandered me in that meeting. That is a state commission. They held they slandered they slandered everyone. They slandered every single person watching this. They're trying to hide. A state organization is trying to hide what they're doing from the public and slandering everyone who doesn't politically agree with them. We got you recorded, Vermont Human Rights Commission. You tried to hide. You failed. You tried to hold a struggle session about your feelings about the fact that we were opening your meeting when you were violating open meeting laws in the first place. I am fucking floored right now. I campaigned for civil unions in Vermont when it was not popular. I have advocated for gay rights my entire life. I am one of the people that actually tells conservatives, stop pulling this shit with the pronouns, just show basic respect and courtesy. I don't give a flying fuck if kids are trans. I don't give a flying fuck if kids transition. The only thing that I care about is the schools forcing them to do things they don't want to do. Wow. Wow. I just got slandered by a state agency. Well, that's going to get broadcast all over the internet, Vermont Human Rights Commission. There's going to be a Substack article about that tomorrow, about how you slandered me on the internet. The recording's going on the internet. We're going to put the recording all over Twitter about how you held a struggle session, about how you like, oh my God, they just made this problem so much worse for themselves. We have the names of everyone that was on that webinar when I was on there. You're about to get a metric fuck ton of FOIA requests. Well, guys, we've got some work to do. If you would like to join my Unwoke Army with Melanie and Alexandra and everyone else, let me just find my actual thing. I have too many screens open on my desktop right now. Where is my screen for the Unwoke Army? There it is. If you would like to join my Unwoke Army and help us fight back against all this insanity in your schools, the very first thing that you need to do is to become a member of my locals community. Now, Melanie, if Melanie is not yet a member of my locals community, Melanie, I'm going to gift you an annual membership in my locals community. So if you are not a member yet, don't worry. I'm going to get you in, and you're gonna get a year on me. You're going to get a year on me. Alexandra, for your service tonight, I'm going to gift you some coins and locals, and we're going to give you a little gift too, because you guys did good work tonight and you deserve it. But if you would like to join my Unwoke Army, the very first thing you need to do is become a supporter in my locals community. The reason that you need to become a supporter in my locals community is this is not like a money-making thing. I need to talk to you in a community Zoom, and I need to decide that you're not crazy. No offense. I know most of you aren't crazy, but I've just encountered way too many crazy people in this Unwoke community that is in like the anti-CRT community that is just like gives me pause. You can join the Unwoke Army, and you will also be supporting the work I'm doing by going to kb.locals.com/support, and you can join for $5 a month. You can join for $50 a year. You can make a one-time gift. And if you can't afford it, if you really cannot afford $5 to come to my community Zoom meetings, what I want you to do is I want you to hit promo code under monthly, and I want you to type in unwoke and hit apply, and you're going to get a free month. That is 8 community Zoom meetings that you can come to show me that you're not crazy, okay? And then once you do that, you get access to, if you want access to the Unwoke Army Discord, you can get access to the Unwoke Army Discord, which is where we're doing the real work. My Unwoke Army Discord is a no drama Discord. No infighting Discord. There is way too much fighting in the anti-woke community. I can't take it. I cannot have it distracting from the work that we need to do. And so I do want to give as many people access to it as want access to it. We're doing important work right now with Burlington, with Essex Westford. We're going after everyone in Vermont, man, because there's some crazy fucking shit going on in Vermont. And you can help us out, and I would love everyone to do so. And you can do that by becoming a member in Locals First. And then just like we need to know that you're trustworthy. And then you get access to the Unwoke Army Discord, which is separate than my regular supporter Discord. It's a little subgroup. Gypsy Witch Production says, I swear no one groomed my son to be gay. Leave everything alone and it will happen naturally. That's how I feel about it. I think that children should be able to go through the process of discovering who they are, discovering what they like. I don't really care how they turn out, whether it be trans, non-binary, straight, gay, lesbian, whatever. Maybe sometimes they feel like a woman. Maybe sometimes they feel like a man. I don't really care. It is none of my business how you live your life. I am not a hate channel in opposition to what the Vermont fucking state agency, the Human Rights Commission, wants to say about me. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. But the children should not be indoctrinated. I'm sorry. No. And the state should certainly not be doing it. AD says, is that lady projecting? We don't hate trans people. We just want them to be transparent. Yes. No one here hates trans people. Literally no one here hates trans people, Vermont Human Rights Commission. You slandered me as you are violating open fucking meeting law. Are you insane? And then we have, AD in for the win. In for the win with go.vermont.gov/public records request form /FOIA. Let's get our FOIA on. I had never thought in my life I would be so excited about doing those FOIA requests. We're going to do so many FOIA requests. They're going to be the biggest FOIA requests. They're going to be the best FOIA requests. They're going to be overwhelmed with FOIA requests. And when you try to trick us into paying you thousands of dollars for those FOIA requests, we are going to crowdfund those FOIA requests. And we are going to put everything on the internet because you are a state agency. You are a state agency. Don't think we don't know our shit. We are the only real journalists in this fucking game. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to sign off. Please mount that like button on your way out the door. Please make sure you become a member of my Locals community. And please make sure you pre-order Actively Unwoke, the ultimate guide for fighting back against woke insanity in your life. It is available right now on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble, on Books A Million, on Simon & Schuster, on every single website that you can probably find. It is the only practical guidebook that exists on the market for fighting back against the woke. It is coming out on May 10th, a little less than 1 month from today. You can have it show up at your door in hardcover, Kindle, or audio version. If you pre-order today, let's sell this book. Get as many hands, as many people's hands as possible, as many copies in people's hands as possible, so we can teach people how to fight back. It is the first part of the book is a practical breakdown about what the woke ideology is. The second part of the book is filled with case studies, real world case studies of real people just like you who have fought back against the woke and actionable to-dos. And then we've got a chapter on cancellation. We've got a chapter on self-care. And we're going to beat these guys. I can feel it. All right, guys, I'm signing off. I will see you tomorrow, I think around 7. Please keep an eye out tomorrow for announcements because I don't know for 100% that we're doing Spy Stream tomorrow night again. I don't know for 100%, but I'm pretty sure we will be. So I will be updating you all tomorrow. Sean, email sent, paralegal assistance, yes. We are raising an army to go after these people. Volunteer army, all volunteer, all normal people that are doing it because it's the right thing to do. We're not fucking around with journalists anymore because journalists don't do their job. We are doing the journalism and the activism at the same time that the freaking conservative media always should have been doing and failed doing every single time. No offense to conservatives, but we're doing the journalists and the journalism and the activism at the same time. That is what the Unwoke Army is, and we are not stopping anytime soon. I love you guys. Great work tonight. A special salute to Melanie for getting us that recording of a Vermont state agency slandering me on a live webinar. And a salute to Alexandra as well. Alexandra, we're going to take advantage of the fact that you hid your voice. We're going to use that again. And anyone in Vermont, I need every single person in Vermont or who knows someone in Vermont, who has a friend in Vermont, once visited Vermont. I don't really care. Send me an email at activelyunwoke@gmail.com. Send me a DM on Twitter. Get in touch with me. We are starting to coordinate people fighting back in Vermont. We need to let people in Vermont know what's going on. Their media is lying to them. They are not telling them the truth about what's going on in the schools. We need to be the ones telling them. We're working on grassroots strategies to make that happen. Please get in touch with me. And we'll coordinate with you. And we're all going to do this together, folks. Takes a fucking village, right? All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. And we'll see you soon.